Hello, guys, and welcome to this episode of the Brawlcasters. I'm James. That's Alex. We are bringing our combined 50 years of martial arts experience, and we're at almost 4 years of calling fights together to call some of the internet's craziest fights. Alex, I see we got the tattoos on full display this evening.
Yeah, I got more. I'm hiding some more, guys. I always get a funny, who was it? Was it Ricky or was it Reed when we were in the dressing room one time? That was like, damn.
Yeah.
It was one of them.
Probably Ricky. Ricky, I'd
I
imagine.
think it was Ricky, maybe. I don't remember, but I took off the tank top and he was like, damn. And I was like, yeah, he's like, don't ever see all the tattoos. And I was like, yeah, I mean, they're there.
Yeah. You're like Oliver Peck from Ink Master. Doesn't
Yeah,
look
they're
like.
just there. Well, I mean, I hope not. Didn't he get canceled?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure he got canceled for wearing blackface in college.
I'm just thinking of a guy who I knew had a lot of tattoos. Like he's like
Yeah, that's fine too. But
yeah,
I remember that part.
yeah. I watched Ink Master back in the day. If you asked me if I watched a current season, no, I have. I don't think I've watched it since like before COVID.
That's fair. It used to be cool. Now it's like, yeah.
Honestly, I think we've talked about it. Riley really into Ink Master, but more into the drama than into the actual art.
Then yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, but nonetheless, like Oliver Peck, I remember when they were introducing him as a judge, and they cut to him like they had a clip of him just covering himself, and just showing how his body is like completely tattooed, too, from like tips of his toes to like
Yeah,
his neck.
I want to get some more, man. That's I want to get some more before the summer.
It's a fair plan. Don't let your summer vacation get ruined by tattooing.
No, I mean, the worst thing I ever did was get some tattoos in the summer because of the healing process, and then like you can't get it too in the sun. It's just annoying.
Yeah,
I'd rather get it in the spring.
yeah, I
The
hear you.
only the part that does suck is I have to take, depending on the size of the tattoo, I have to take usually 2 weeks off of training jujitsu.
That is the worst part.
Some people don't. I don't want to get a thing called staph.
Yeah,
Um,
that. I was gonna say that sounds like a recipe for staph.
yeah. And I also want the tattoo to heal well, and I don't want an infection, and I'm not dumb. So like,
Yeah, that's why we do intelligent things like take time off of training when we get a tattoo. Like it's the worst. Like
or a cut.
yeah, a cut. Like if it's a small cut, I'm fine with like taping it up like crazy or whatever. Like
I had a funny one. So I actually did. I used to do pro training with some really good grapplers. And I remember I got split on the side of my head, and I was bleeding a lot. Head wounds always bleed. It wasn't a big cut, but it was enough that I had to get a staple.
mm,
And they were like, "Are you?" I remember I went home. I was tight. I'm like, "Fuck!" And then I went home chilling, and they go, "Hey, are you coming tomorrow?" And I was like, "No." And they were like, "Come on, bro. We need the bodies. You got so and so coming up." And I was like, "No, I'm not training tomorrow
yeah,
with a staple
in
in my
man.
head."
Yeah, yeah,
That just I remember that day. I was like, maybe pro jiu-jitsu is not my path because I don't want to train with a staple in my head.
yeah. See, and that's the thing. Like I remember there was a time I got cut in a kickboxing fight. I had 3 stitches above this eye, and of course it's above my eye. So my eye, whoop, like afterwards. And like I showed up to train like training that next Tuesday or whatever it was because we had our owners meeting, whatever. And I was sitting out and Tiger's like, "What? You're not training? Just because your fight's over, you're not training?" I'm like, "No, they told me I can't like sweat on that if I can avoid it, and like I shouldn't be training and anything high intensity." Like, nah, you're fine. Like, no, it's my eye.
Nah,
Like,
you're fine.
like so far. I had a cold a couple weeks ago where I had a high fever for just like 2 days,
Hmm.
and then it was just gone.
Yep.
And I was talking to one of my boys, who's another Tiger Schulman Sensei, and I was telling him about it because he knew I missed our owners meeting that week because of it, and he was like, "Yeah, you never miss. Like, you all right?" I told him what was up, and he was like, "I'm like, yeah." And then I just like spent all of Tuesday just like on the couch, just face down, like intermittently. I'd get
Hmm.
up, I'd do like 15 or 20 minutes things, and then like powering down. He's like, "Yeah, isn't it amazing that because we have so many years of just push through, don't be a wuss, just keep pushing, you could do it." Like because we have so many years of doing that to our body that when you actually give it like a day of rest, it's like, "Oh, what is this? We're
Yeah, I
healing."
feel so much better. This is nice. This is a
Yeah,
nice day, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Got to do a little more of that every now and again, I guess.
Sometimes. Yeah, maybe I should start adding that in. Who knows?
We're not gonna though. Who are we kidding? Oh,
I'll no.
we'll talk about it, but we're not
I'll
gonna.
probably just die young. It's fine.
Listen, die young and leave a good looking corpse. That's
Yeah,
always the.
it's fine. I got gray hair. I'll die young. It's fine, Dad.
Listen, if you can die young with hair that good, why not?
Why not?
You know, my kids make fun of me because my hairline goes way back here, but I have two kids, so one I always say that this side is for you and this side is for your sibling. Like that's, but my
Yeah.
hairline's always been this high. It's like I since I was a kid, my hairline it was slightly lower than this, but not much. I'm like my hair ain't thinning. I don't have a bald spot anywhere. Nothing.
No, I just got a different hairline, guys. Don't hate, appreciate. All right.
Exactly. And then they'll make fun of the gray in my beard. I'm like, it's your fault. I didn't have
It
it
is your
before
fault.
you.
Yeah, that is true. I can vouch for that.
Yeah, you knew me before the
Yeah.
kids. You knew I didn't have any gray there. And then the kids came, gray.
Right.
Their fault. Their fault.
Their fault. Just blame the kids.
Yeah, I love them dearly, but it's all their fault.
You know what, man? Blame them.
I blame them. But, let's now shift the blame to what caught my attention here. The hardest hitting 125-pound fighter. Before we get to that, though, I realized we forgot to tell you guys the important things you always got to do. Subscribe.
Oh.
How we skip past this? Subscribe, guys. Make sure that you guys have subscribed so you don't miss an episode. Make sure that you guys like the video, of course. Leave a comment down below with the fights that you want us to see. Caden Arnold has been commenting a bunch recently on some of our videos. He saw one of our fights and then he was circling through trying to find other fights. He's like, oh, I found it. We've been having some real good conversations with him. If you have fights that you'd like us to do commentary for, down below. And
Is Caden the one doing flex?
Yes, he and Josue Amaya, both
All right.
Brawlcasters graduates.
I was gonna say
Graduating
we'll see them at April 4th, and then we'll take a nice little flick.
Absolutely, will we ever?
That'd be cool.
We
Yeah.
certainly will. We certainly will.
Maybe that's when we use the Hoochie Daddy shorts. I don't know.
Ooh, I mean that might. Now, do we do the dress shirt and the suit?
Yeah,
and
the suit and
shorts?
Hoochie Daddy shorts, and then take a flick with them or something.
Yeah. See now, guys, comment down below how you think we should take the picture with these two. Please comment down below because your opinions matter to us. Other than that, guys, share the episodes. If you got a laugh out of the things we talk about, by all means, we know your friends will too. That's why they're your friends. So let's find out about this hardest hitting 125-pounder. Here we go in 3 and 2 and 1.
What I like is that there's a question mark there. There's a question mark. Hardest hitting 125-pounder? Question mark. Like, who knows? I don't like the face tattoos. I'll be very honest with you guys. I appreciate face tattoos on grown adults.
Yes.
Like I'm not there yet. I will get there eventually, probably. Good sponsor. But like I don't know if I'm doing too much at like this kid looks like he's like 24.
Yeah. And just this crowd is interesting for sure.
This crowd is high as shit.
Yeah.
25. Okay, I was right there.
And man, I got to tell you, his opponent looks so much older than him, but apparently is so much younger than him.
I was just gonna say his opponent is also 1-5. So I'm gonna bank on him not being the hardest hitting 125.
He looks like he's got some training though.
The face tattoos or Asian gentleman?
Asian gentleman. Both names were covered up, of course, when we did this.
Yeah. So I will say, face tattoos, dog. You barely got tattoos on your arm, but you have tattoos all over your face and neck. That is not a good sign for success.
That's how you know he's a SoundCloud rapper.
He's giving Florida vibes, and
yes, of course he's giving Florida. That's where every SoundCloud rapper's from.
I know, bro, but killing me, buddy. Now, Asian gentleman here. He's definitely done some training. I wonder why he's 1-5. Like, what the hell's been happening to him?
I bet you he's been taking a lot of MMA fights and probably doesn't have a lot of jiu-jitsu.
That has to be it, because he's got some decent striking.
Yeah, his hands, like, he's carrying him low, but when he gets in and you watch him strike, watch his punches, there's definitely some pop on those punches.
Yeah, and that spinning back, that fucking spinning kick was nice, dude.
Yeah. And I like how he's intelligently closing the pocket here and getting no resistance from face tattoos.
Yeah, I was gonna say
big right hand.
Face tattoo doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, he got another tattoo. It was from that right hand.
Nice. That was fine.
Yeah. Now face tattoos comes back with a right hand, but again, he doesn't seem to have. He's looking just really, really hesitant right now.
He can't quite find his distance on those kicks.
Yeah, and
Doesn't have a mesh elbow.
he is hurt to the body as well. That's why he's carrying his hand so low. And this like running backwards thing he's trying to do while
Uh-oh.
punching. Only 20 seconds left in the round, so even if we don't have much jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he might just be free takedowns all day. Asian gentleman might be the epitome of free takedowns.
Yeah. But also, this cage is not conducive to like a really good sprawl or like wall walking up it.
You telling me the cage setup in a fucking backyard is not the way to go for that?
Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not.
Huh.
Yeah, like there's nowhere for feet to go or spread out.
You know, I don't know where you're getting this information from, buddy.
Just, our combined 50 years of martial arts experience.
I would think.
That's an interesting thing. A ring card girl who has her hands wrapped.
That was I think it was a guy.
The voice sounded womanly.
Oh, see, I don't have the sound on,
Yeah,
so you might be right.
Yeah, it's 2026 though. We can't assume.
Yeah. Don't want to get canceled. This.
See, now face tattoo is throwing aggressive, but all right hands. So he might have a little bit of natural pop in his punch, but he's not setting himself up for success here.
Maybe Asian gentleman doesn't have a chin. I don't know. I don't think he. I feel like face tattoos are gonna knock him out, dude. I don't know why. I think they just told him like, dude, he's a free takedown if you want it. Like, just push him and he'll fall.
Yeah, and of course it's raining because why would it not be raining at a Streetbeefs fight?
I think they only fight on days where it says rain.
Like they have the Farmer's Almanac and like, all right, we're gonna plan our fight cards exclusively on the days when rain is predicted.
I was actually somebody sent me a different fight league where they fought in the projects, and they asked me what I thought about it because I one of the fighters follows me. And I was like, guys, you guys gotta chill. You're like asking for a really bad injury. And we talked about this, just me and you, when we talk. The guy we're talking about definitely sounds like he's having some CTE. Because he's talking, and I'm like, oh, he didn't talk like this when we saw him last year.
Yeah. And like that's a definitive CTE sign. When you're like, your speech hits pause in the middle to find the next word. Oh, face tattoos cracked him.
Yeah.
Speaking of CTE.
Jeez, yeah, I think face tattoo. I don't think he has a chin, dog. Ooh, cracked him again. Oof.
That's it.
Holy shit, bro. Face tattoos pulled it off. I see why he's 1-6 now.
Yeah. Well, he got caught clean on the first one, and then face tattoos just poured it on afterwards.
His tattoos aren't even good. I don't even know what the chest tattoo is supposed to be. I don't think Asian gentleman's got a chin, bro.
Yeah. I gotta find out these guys actually. All right, so we know he's Elijah.
Asian gentleman's fine.
Yeah.
He lost. These are really bad. I don't know what the fuck that is. Is that a money thing?
That looks like who is it that like Brock Lesnar's demon on his back? That
It's
looked like
just terrible.
that looked like a bad version of Brock Lesnar's demon on his back.
Anyway, back to the other thing. Yeah, the kid we were talking about. That means I think he's fought like 30 times in these unsanctioned events in the last year, and you can start hearing the slur in his voice. And like, I'm like, dude, I feel terrible for you. Because I think he was like 1-13 in MMA and kickboxing or some shit like that.
Something like that. And when you see a guy who literally like he gets stuck on pause as he's trying to find his next word, and he like makes like a as he's doing it, that's CTE, my friends. That is chronic traumatic encephalitis. See, that's how you know whether or not you have CTE. If you can say the words chronic traumatic encephalitis, you know you don't have CTE.
The thing that really like we make the funnies, but guys, like, please, like, if you see your friend doing stupid shit, like too many fights at these smaller, like, tell him, be like, hey, dude, chill. I love you. I don't want you to not be able to math.
Yeah, because the thing is, this guy he almost acts like fighting in these unsanctioned things for free is like a career. Like somehow magically that's going to get him like to the UFC, even though he's not even winning these fights.
And he's taking bad fights too. He's taking guys that are 40, 50 pounds heavier than him, bro.
And just like literally fighting. And like we've seen clips from his social media, fight events that are like take place in like the elevator room. Like the room, the room in every apartment building or hotel where you step into, and it's like, oh, here's all the elevator shafts. Like literally, they're fighting in there,
Yeah.
and it's just like two dudes just boxing on, just wailing at each other.
Yeah. And then you'll see them all like afterwards. And I'm like, oh, bro, I know you didn't go to the doctors. I know you just went home.
Yeah, and then you fought 3 days later in some other similar event where this time you were in like that guy's backyard, and you just, it's like,
Be careful, guys.
yeah, like if fighting is going to be your career, there's an intelligent way to go about your competition. You do competitions in sanctioned amateur fights first. You
Yeah.
build your experience. You take chances, right? You get a little water under your bridge. And that's where you take your chances. Like, you know what? I've never fought somebody who wrestles really well. I'm going to take a fight against a guy who wrestles really well as an amateur.
As an MU.
You do these things as an amateur. Oh, I've never fought somebody with a great kickboxing background. I'm going to fight them as an amateur.
Yeah.
And you're going to get your experience there. And you have 8, 10, 12 amateur fights. And you may not be getting paid to fight, but maybe some promotions pay you to sell tickets and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is cool. So you make a little something. But that's like you playing Little League as a kid, right? Or you playing in like AA ball, or even like college sports where you're not getting paid, but you're still building your experience. Then you turn pro, right? After you've had a winning record in amateur, then you turn pro.
Yeah. It's about building up. A lot of guys, they just want the instant gratification. They want the instant moment of like, I'm a winner. I'm a fighter. It's like, dude, you got to be careful, man. It's not a sport you play. Like, you get hurt doing this shit, bro. Somebody's literally trying to hit you as hard as they can
Yeah, in the head.
with
Like-
as little protection as they can allow. And it's not like these sanctioned events. I'm pretty sure it's bring your own fucking gloves at half of them.
In the unsanctioned ones, yeah.
I mean, in the unsanctioned events, I'm pretty sure it's bring your own glove in half of them.
Yeah.
Other ones, they might supply gloves, but
And then on top of it, like we know there's not a doctor there shining the light in the eyes.
No.
There's nobody checking on them afterwards. They didn't have to get medicals beforehand.
no, you just show up.
Yeah, that is the downside to this stuff. Though we get the chance to make funnies, that is the downside to all of this. So of
Yeah,
course,
be careful, guys.
Be careful. Be careful. So now, guys, as we close in the show here, remember, as always, subscribe. Get your new episodes right as they come. All right, make sure you guys leave comments below fights that you want to see, as long as there's a referee. We would do sanction fights too, right? If you guys had a sanction fight you want us to call, we
Yeah.
would do that too, 100%.
Just send it to us. If there's commentary, unfortunately, we'll probably mute it and
Yeah.
go from.
And that's fine. We're happy to do that.
Yeah.
Any fight you want to say? I mean, just obviously the UFC would flag us, so we're not gonna.
Yeah, nothing pro in that sense. I don't give a fuck actually. Nothing like UFC. I can't do that.
Because UFC,
Or if it's- yeah, go ahead.
yeah, UFC is very big on finding any of their content shared on YouTube and flagging it. So by all means, let's stay away from that.
What I will also say is nothing that one of our friends do commentate to.
Yeah.
So like, if the Bane Davis has ever called your fight, sorry.
I love Ben. I would still call one of the fights he called.
Oh, okay.
I was commenting. I was talking with him just recently, actually.
Yeah, I like that. That's my guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a good dude. But nonetheless, so comment down fights that you want to see below. Get your merch. Brawlcasters.printful.me. Look at the new big Built to Brawl collection. I couldn't even say it. Wow. Maybe I got more CTE than I think. Other than that, guys.
He's not real.
Yeah, exactly. Like the video, of course. And of course, guys, share it with your friends. Until next time, my friends, brawl